just going off
Hello,
of that,
everybody.
Antares and Cygnus have
Welcome.
now been part of the chain of resupply for the International
Hello, everybody.
Space Station
Welcome
for
to
several
today's
years
live
now.
stream of
How
the
crucial
Antares
has
rocket.
Northrop Grumman's role been in
As
contributing
it's
to that?
delivering the Cygnus NG-16
So
spacecraft
Northrop Grumman has played
into
a critical role in
low Earth
keeping
orbit
the
to get
International
delivered
Space
to the
Station
International Space
operational since
Station.
2013.
My name is
And
Max
this was
Shaver. I'm
apparent
the
with
SpaceX
NASA
guy
awarding
here,
Northrop Grumman
and
2 additional commercial resupply
I'm very
missions
happy to bring you coverage for the first time in a couple months here.
Hardware,
So as you can see on your screen here, we are pulling feed from the NASA live stream. It should be up to date right now. You may see I may move my mouse around a little bit so I can make some changes because it is having some issues staying up to date. But on the top left corner of the screen, you will see a countdown clock. That is an accurate time. The only thing is it is only 5 seconds off. So right now, we are listening into the live launch webcast provided by NASA, so I'm going to turn that volume up and turn my volume down.
And now teams have been running through some pre-launch milestones today, and they'll continue to run through those through launch. Can you tell us a little bit more about the fueling process?
Yeah,
so right now they are currently doing some checkouts or of the helium system on the launch pad. That's why they had to hold earlier, and now they have moved the T-minus time to the back of the window. They're still looking for a clean launch today. Right now, they are doing an interview with some lady on the phone about the rocket. Before we begin here, the bottom stage, the first stage, is loaded up with the same fuel that the Falcon 9 uses, RP-1, which is a refined form of kerosene and liquid oxygen. And then the engine is the famous Atlas V RD-180 engine. That is also used here for this rocket too. On the second stage, they have quite weird sounding, but they do use a solid rocket motor to propel the Cygnus spacecraft into orbit so it can rendezvous with the International Space Station. The International Space Station, the Cygnus will arrive at the International Space Station roughly 1.5 days later and then get grabbed by the Canadarm and berthed to the aft section of the
Well, Christina, we're looking forward to welcoming Cygnus aboard the International
Unity
Space
module.
Station, and of course,
No,
we'll have you back to join us after launch
the
as well. So if you have any final words before launch today?
one of the American modules. I can't remember what it was, but yeah. So there on your screen is the Antares rocket.
You just heard from
you can
Northrop
see that
Grumman,
there.
Our Antares System Engineering
So
Program Manager, Christina Halona.
Should be launching in
Stay
roughly
tuned
18
after
minutes.
Launch for a post-launch interview with
So
Christina
that is
again,
the
and an
Antares
with
rocket.
Jeff Arend, NASA's
And
Systems
please
Engineering
enjoy the stream
Integration Office
again.
Manager.
My name is the SpaceX
Again,
guy.
mostly
Thank
sunny
you all for
skies
watching.
launch
I know
today
this
back
is
at
a
the
little different
Mid-Atlantic
instead of
Regional Spaceport
SpaceX
at NASA's
content,
Wallops Flight
but
Facility
we
in
are
Virginia,
currently
and
running
temperatures are
a
now
good
about
stream
83
right now.
degrees Fahrenheit at the
I'm
pad.
1 minute off on my countdown clock. Or no. My countdown clock is correct. Actually, let me fix that, because the stream is running 1 minute late. So we can fix that right now. So it matches up with the stream. We're going to go to 1602. Save. Alright, so that should be linked up with the stream. And welcome all of you from the from SpaceX Fan Club. As you can see here, big shout out to Minus there if you're watching.
Again, going up on Cygnus
Welcome,
today
Daniel.
is more than 8,200 pounds of research crew supplies and hardware, which is
So on your screen there is the
heaviest load
Cygnus
to date.
spacecraft. That is what
Within
it
that
looks
cargo
like.
is 3,078
Two,
pounds
I
of crew
tried
supplies,
remaking this in Kerbal Space Program. I was
2,346
really
pounds of
close.
science
I was going to
investigations,
do a
33
little bit
pounds
of a stream
spacewalk
here
equipment,
before, showing the
2,286 pounds of vehicle hardware,
showing the spacecraft,
and 98 pounds
or
of
doing a
computer resources.
run through of the flight.
Cygnus will also
But
carry
that's
a
what
mounting
the
bracket that astronauts
that's what
will
the
attach to
spacecraft looks
port
like,
side of the
and then
station's
this is
backbone
just
truss
some
during
other
a
stuff
spacewalk
that they
planned for
have
later this
inside
month.
or berthed
The
next
mounting
or
bracket will
into this.
enable the installation
Excuse
of
me.
the next pair of
In the spacecraft
solar
that they
arrays
will
at a
take
later
out and
date.
use for
Now let's take a
spacewalks
quick look at some of the
or
scientific investigations
anything
traveling
else.
to the space station on this mission.
I'm gonna turn that volume down there so I don't get demonetized. There's Victor Glover there, but yeah. Something the Antares rocket is something that should get a lot more credit than what it has. It is my favorite rocket. Live chat. The Antares rocket is my favorite rocket, aside from Falcon 9, Falcon Heavy, and Starship. But it's really underrated. It's a great rocket. So right now they're just talking about some tech that will be inside the spacecraft that they will study up in microgravity. Welcome everybody from SpaceX Fan Club. I really appreciate your support. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and that bell to never miss a stream or a video. I really appreciate it. So up there on the left on your screen, you can see a live countdown of the Antares spacecraft, or I mean of the Cygnus. Goodness, Antares rocket Cygnus spacecraft. That is the T-minus launch time.
And of course, it's always exciting for the crew to receive new experiments, but they'll also have some extra goodies arriving. Also flying on Cygnus today are some treats for the crew, just to name a few. The crew will be receiving apples, tomatoes, kiwis, pizza kits, and cheese assortments.
Just a side note here, they typically never get any fresh fruit, and when they get fresh fruit, they'd have to eat it immediately. But it's something that they really take as a privilege.
15 minutes from launch today, all systems are still on track for an on-time launch today.
And then they also love their pizza too.
5 seconds p.m. Central Time, 6:01 and 5 seconds p.m. Eastern Time.
Provide status of trajectory file for launch operation.
LC GNC1, trajectory file does not require an update.
Copy that. We'll check 403. And Ops 1 404 not required today, 405 not required.
Copy LC.
And Core 1 LC, countdown 1.
Yeah, LC, I've got step 394 for you. Fuel level does not require adjustment.
Roger that. Prop 2, step 395, arm OCCS for no adjustment to fuel level.
And OCCS AC/DC armed. AC/DC confirmed.
Copy, check 395.
So as you can see on your screen, the my countdown clock is roughly 20 seconds off with their countdown clock. So just
check 397.
I'm sorry about that.
Admin be advised, step 398 not required. Step 399 not required. And launch team, we're coming up on T-minus 14 minutes. We'll be polling for our final countdown in about a minute and a half.
I apologize if the stream is a little off-center.
Just to highlight some upcoming milestones.
That is not me. That is the stream from NASA.
To proceed with the final launch countdown. In about 5 minutes from launch, the vehicle will switch to internal power. Then just about 3 minutes and 30 seconds before launch, auto sequence handoff for terminal countdown will be initiated, and that will mark the time the computers take over for the final milestones before launch.
054, 055, 056.
LC CMD on countdown 1.
Flight pressure.
Standby CMD.
And so those constraints will be waived from 4,000 to 3,850.
And go ahead, CMD.
Yeah, CMD. Cygnus is in launch mode and nominal.
Roger that. We'll check 407 complete. And launch team LC on countdown 1 with poll to proceed with final countdown. GSO.
TSO, go.
RSL.
RSOs, go.
TD. TD's go. Prop lead.
Prop leads go.
Stage 1.
Stand by, LC.
MES1.
MES1's go.
GCE.
GC's go. Sorry.
ACE.
Aces, go.
Mars.
Mars is go.
CMD.
CMD is go.
NLD.
I'd like to hear from Stage 1 first.
Yep.
Stage
stand
1
by.
is go.
Stage 1 is go.
LD is go.
NG.
Northrop Grumman is proud to honor accomplished NASA astronaut and the first Asian American in space, Ellison Onizuka. In our current challenging times, we reflect on Ellison's inspirational words. The people that make the world run, whose names will go down in the history books, are not the cynics, the critics, or the armchair quarterbacks. They are the adventurists, the explorers, and the doers of the world. When they see a wrong or a problem, they do something about it. When they see a vacant place in our knowledge, they work to fill the void. And today, we will do just that. Aloha to the SS Ellison Onizuka. Northrop Grumman is go for launch.
And I copy. We're go to proceed with final countdown. Check 407. Fly high, Ethan. Ops 2, step 408. You're go to start engine evacuation.
LC Ops 2, engine evacuation started.
And you just heard the poll to proceed with the final countdown to launch, and all teams are polling a go. And of course, attributed to Ellison.
So that
Onizuka,
astronaut that they just showed on the screen, he
Cygnus
is,
dedicated after.
I'm not sure, he died on either STS-51L or 107. Rest in peace to that guy. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear about that. But that's a great way to name missions. That's why I like the team here. And how they name the missions
Now coming up
instead
on
of just
10 minutes
CRS-2 or whatever they call it, like CRS name
PM Central Time,
then
6:01
2 or
and 5
whatever.
seconds
Yeah,
PM
it's
Eastern
just
Time.
a good thing.
Passing T-minus 10 minutes.
Once we get to that launch time today, the first thing that will occur is the Stage 1 ignition, and you'll see liftoff just a few seconds after that, and those main two engines will burn for about 3 minutes and 18 seconds before cutting off, and Stage 1 will separate. Cygnus will coast for a bit until fairing separation, when the external cover that protects the spacecraft during launch will separate. The interstage adapter that connects the first and second stages will separate at about 4 minutes into flight, and then Stage 2 ignition, which is that solid rocket fuel that will burn for 2 minutes and 45 seconds. Once the second stage burns out, we'll be listening for a call of orbital insertion at 6 minutes and 52 seconds after launch. The vehicle will coast for 2 minutes before Cygnus separation at 9 minutes and 9 seconds after liftoff. And at the time of launch, the International Space Station will be flying 260 statute miles over the southern Indian Ocean.
ATS VDMs enabled, voltage nominal, ODM commands clear.
And I copy all. Check 410 and check 411. Step 412 not required for today's operation.
Now just about 8 minutes and 30 seconds to launch. Again, that next milestone we'll hear will be for the vehicle to be turned to internal power at 5 minutes out.
Alright, here roughly 8 minutes. Looks like everything is going good. There is that vent there on the left that is normal. And then for anybody wondering,
T-minus 8 minutes.
Anybody wondering who is new here, if you just saw it, there were 4 poles right next to the rocket. Those are lightning towers. They may not be as big as the towers in Florida, but yeah, they're still a pretty decent size. And so yeah, that's pretty good. If you're new here, come say what's up in the chat. Looks like we got roughly 4 people watching right now. Yeah, so roughly 7 minutes away from this thing, and I'm very much looking forward to it.
Now inside 7 minutes, you've been hearing teams running through some of these final milestones, and the internal power has been activated. Again, it'll be switched over to internal power at the 5-minute mark.
Okay, copy. And when you come back up in 4 minutes, will you be ready to roll?
Hope so. Stand by.
Okay, copy that.
LC prop lead, DTSO activation verified.
Roger that. Check 414. Ops 2, initialize ground ordnance power supplies.
LC Ops 2, ground ordnance power supplies initialized.
Ground ordnance power supplies nominal.
Check 415 and 416.
So if it is possible, I will be sharing with you an external view. I mean, not now, not a live view, but in the near future. I do have a friend who does live in Virginia, and he sees the Antares launch all the time, so he will be getting some video of that, and I can hopefully share that with you here in the near future, maybe for the next stream.
Site Control, FA ECS transfer to GN2 confirmed.
Copy that. Site Control, check 417. T-minus 5 minutes. Ops 2, you're go to initiate engine priming.
Engine priming started.
Ops 1, transfer avionics to internal power.
LC Ops 1, all internal power on. Standby 5. And all external power off.
Internal power is nominal.
Ops 1, open FTS zombie loop.
FTS zombie loop open and green.
You just heard those calls to initiate internal power for the vehicle, so internal power is now on, and all systems are still proceeding on track for launch just 4 minutes from now.
3, 2, 1, mark. Arm command sent.
SNAs, ODMs, all armed.
Copy that.
So you may see here that my stream is currently 10 seconds off
T-minus 4 minutes.
with the live stream here that NASA is providing. So I apologize about that. It's the best I can do.
LCMES1, step 426, priming verif.
Copy that. Check 426 complete. And TD, I'll wait for your report on range status.
LCTD, we are green.
Copy, range green, check 425. Step 427, not required. Phase 3 dynamic limits will be active at T-minus 3 minutes.
FC commanded to flight mode.
Check 429.
Auto sequence start.
LCTD, we're green for all systems. Green for all systems.
ODM bus voltages and currents nominal.
Copy like one, and I copy. TD, we'll check 430, 431. GNC 1, verify ready for nav mode.
Looks like all systems are go for launch. Roughly 2 minutes and 30 seconds until liftoff.
LC Ops 2, ordnance, switch to navigate.
2 minutes and 30 seconds to launch, still counting down to that exact liftoff time at 5:01 and 5 seconds p.m. Central Time, 6:01 and 5 seconds p.m. Eastern Time. Tanks will be pressurized at about the T-minus 40 seconds until liftoff, and we'll be counting down to liftoff from there.
T-minus 2 minutes. Mark.
As a reminder, this spacecraft will rendezvous and berth to the station about 1.5 days later. I will not be doing coverage for that, but still something very exciting.
T-minus 1 minute, 30 seconds. T-minus 1 minute. Mark.
As you can see there, my countdown clock is currently 1 minute off. 10 seconds off. There's nothing to worry about there.
40 seconds until liftoff.
T-minus 30 seconds. Mark.
$20 seconds to liftoff.
Welcome, SpaceX Fan Club. Thank you for joining.
T-minus 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Engine ignition.
Main engine start. And we have liftoff of Antares for the NG-16 mission in the Wallace Flight Facility. Engines at 100%. Attitude nominal.
The SS Ellison Onizuka now on its way to the International Space Station to deliver more than 8,200 pounds of cargo. Good first stage performance so far.
There you go, liftoff. Cygnus NG-16 now bound for the International Space Station, rendezvousing and docking 1.5 days later. Everything continuing to look nominal on the rocket.
Duration of stage 1 burn is approximately 3 minutes and 18 seconds. Currently at 65 seconds. Passing through 40,000 feet, passing max Q.
First stage now passing through the area of maximum dynamic pressure. Again, this first stage will burn for about 3 minutes and 18 seconds until main engine cutoff.
All subsystems continue to perform as expected. Passing 70,000 feet. Mission time plus 110 seconds.
Looking like we're getting good views there of underside of the rocket of the RD-180 engines as they burn to send the Cygnus NG spacecraft to the International Space Station.
2 minutes, 20 seconds into flight, everything still proceeding nominal.
1 more minute. Attitude nominal. All GNC performance as expected. And Terry's performance continues nominal. Throttle down to 80%.
Throttling down 3 minutes into flight, main engine cutoff coming soon.
I want to thank you all for watching. 10 viewers, I really appreciate it. Thank each and every one of you guys for watching as we watch this rocket take off. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that like button, and don't feel afraid to hit that bell so you can be up to date with all of my streams and videos.
We have
Thank you for watching.
cutoff. Antares entering into a co-stage, standing by for stage 1 separation.
Then stage 2 ignition.
Stage 1 separation confirmed.
Antares is in coast phase, attitude nominal. Fairing separation.
Fairing separation confirmed.
And we have stage 2 ignition. Stage 2 will burn for roughly 2 minutes and 30 seconds. All systems continue nominal.
Stage 2 ignition is confirmed. Stage 2 is that solid rocket fuel that will burn for about 2 minutes and 45 seconds. Burnout will come at 6 minutes and 52 seconds into the flight today.
And there you can see an animation.
And as we lose sight of the vehicle, we're now switching to animation.
Yeah, you can see an animation of what is happening right now with Antares and Cygnus. Obviously, it is a pretty low-grade animation, but it still does the job. Also, there on the bottom right, you can see a map of where Antares is. The white on the bottom of it, of the line, is the area it has to cover, and the red is the area it has covered.
Approaching 150 kilometers in altitude.
Also on the top, you can see the mission time, which shows how much time has elapsed since ignition. And you can also see stage 2, its current height and distance from the launch pad, also its velocity and apogee and perigee. Its inclination also as well. Right now the second stage is currently traveling at roughly 14,000 miles per hour.
Altitude 170 kilometers. All systems continue to perform as expected. Approximately 30 seconds to stage 2 burnout. Stage 2 burnout. All systems nominal.
And stage 2 burnout is confirmed.
Antares will coast for approximately 2 minutes till spacecraft separation.
And it looks like everything there is nominal, as they have put the Antares spacecraft into the correct orbit.
Altitude nearly 180 kilometers.
And there's the call out for a nominal orbit. Now the Antares spacecraft, Cygnus spacecraft will jettison from the second stage here in roughly 1 minute and 30 seconds.
Attitude nominal. Antares continues to orient and prepare for spacecraft separation in a little more than 1 minute.
On your screen there, you can see those blue cones. Those are simulating RCS gas puffs. That's where the RCS blocks section is on the vehicle.
Altitude 179 kilometers. Roughly 30 seconds to spacecraft separation.
Standing by for spacecraft separation.
Attitude nominal. And we have spacecraft separation. Go Cygnus.
Spacecraft separation confirmed, and Cygnus has separated from the second stage. And Northrop Grumman teams now celebrating the confirmation of spacecraft separation.
LC with that. Flyout calls are completed.
Copy that, Ace. Okay, launch team, let's maintain protocol on station here. We're in our post-launch checklist. Prop 1's already given us step 444. Pulse purging is in progress. And GNC 1, I'll wait for your call on status for step 445. State vector.
All right, and there you have it. That seems to conclude the launch of the Antares Cygnus NG-16 spacecraft. That will also conclude coverage for my stream here today. Thank you all for watching. Big thank you to SpaceX Fan Club for giving me the promotion, and big thank you, that sounded kind of rude, I'm sorry, but big thank you to SpaceX Fan Club. Big thank you to everybody on Discord and everywhere else. Thank you all for watching, and please have a fantastic rest of your day, evening, night, or afternoon.